sight reading. My name is Mr. Almanza. I'm your sight reading judge. To give you an idea, I think, as sight reading goes, I think I have the best job of the day. There's 3 judges in there that might argue with me, but I win hands down. I get to work with you guys. I get this one-on-one like this, which, in my viewpoint, that's what it's all about. So, pressure's off of you, because we're going to have fun, right? Yeah, you bet. Pressure's off of me, because I don't have any. So there's only one person with pressure. And we're going to compound that pressure as much as we can. Yeah? Yeah! So we're going to make it so she cannot teach in her normal fashion. We're going to make sure she's restricted on how she teaches, and we're going to give her a time limit. That's how much time she has to teach. Yeah, it's just not fair, huh? All right, so you've done sight reading before, no doubt. I can see you guys are well prepared. You have your music under your chair. Thank you for doing that. Just make sure it's out of the way or off the stand, right? So that when we pass out the folders, we don't get mixed up. Because we will sell your music on eBay if you give it to us. The folders, when we pass them out, keep them closed, right? Don't open them until I tell you to, but percussion, I will let you know what parts you need to cover since you don't get a chance to look. Yep. All right, so let's go ahead and pass out the folders. Let them know what parts you play, because they don't always know whether you're first or second. Or if you need bass clef, treble clef, right there. Snare drum, bass drum, suspended cymbal, bell. You need to hear any of that again. Good? All right. Have an imaginary timpani, okay? Moms and dads and siblings, welcome. Good to see so many of you. We'll keep you engaged. How about that? Maybe even a little entertained, too. Depends on how much fun these guys want to have. All right, looks like we got folders out here. Is there anyone? No, we got a row of flutes. Say, no, what are we doing here? We have more flute folders? We may have to triple up. I don't know. Let's double check those. We do have them. It should cover it. We may have to triple up on these. Who's got the eagle eyes? Anybody else who's struggling with a folder? Doesn't have one? We're good? All right, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and open your folders. We're looking for tribal, prayer, and dance. Tribal, prayer, and dance. Probably all the way to that. All right, so the restrictions we're going to give your teacher, she's got 4 minutes. She can't give you any idea what it sounds like by singing or clapping the rhythms. There's nothing she can indicate in the way how it sounds. She cannot have you play any part of the music, but she can have you help her with rhythms by calling people in the band to clap or tap rhythms, and you can play scales that relate to the music. So from this point on, she has 4 minutes to work with you.
Percussion, I don't think we probably have all the things. So if you're covering triangle, find something metallic and
We're using the bow.
Perfect, okay. And then typically same thing, like just be creative. I'm going to look through this and you guys are going to look through this and then I'm going to talk through a little bit of it. So notice that it starts tribal prayer and dance. It starts with the prayer. The prayer is one style. I'm guessing the dance when we get to it will be a different style. So follow through, look for anything strange that might come up like a big pause at 53. And the tempo change and a key change. How nice, they give you all the things at once. All the things change at 53. So be ready for that. If you have the ostinato rhythm at 53, maybe you are not the main event and maybe the clarinets and flutes and oboes are. So use your ears, be good judges of what is supposed to be going on and where you fit in the texture. Trumpets take it away at 69. You guys and woodwinds do get out there for part of that dance. Lots of exciting crescendos. Sforzando piano crescendos if we can manage brass, so don't lose your minds, but they're there. Subito piano before 85. Let's see if we can catch that so that we can conclude this with some really good energy. Lots of good accents, so put a little space between those notes. They don't need to be super duper pointy, but they need to be kind of bell tone, like I know you know what to do with those. Watch out, there's another subito piano. And they're very, very specific about all the dynamics. Do we want to go faster or slower? Yeah. Okay. 101, you have another indication for allegro moderato, but that's the same indication you had previously, so just look up and we'll all decide what that is together. There is a big slowdown and a fermata before 109, so watch out for that. And percussion big finish, like we really, really need it at the end, snare drum. So those are those things. If we go back to the prayer part of this, some really lovely textures between clarinets and French horns in baritone. So let's watch out for those. You have staccato and legato, but they're not super, super staccato because we're going to kind of keep everything in a nice song form like you were singing this part, okay? Singing or dancing, those are our choices in this piece. So watch, the roadmap stays pretty constant, but there are some pauses and some really, really significant dynamic changes. The other thing that I can caution you is just, think about how your part fits in if you can. I know we haven't heard this yet, but if you're thinking that your part is repetitive, it might not be like clarinets at 33. You might not be the main event there. Alto sax, be brave at 33. The trumpets are your friends, but you guys have the main melody there. Let's try to be as musical as we can. But definitely keep one eyeball on me. You know how I'm not so good calling out numbers, so I might just say number if you seem totally lost, but I think we're gonna make it through okay. Questions? Yes? Sure, that sounds fine. I'd like for you to participate, yeah. But, yeah, or if it just makes sense to play it where it is. Okay?
Jump right in.
All right. Oh, wow. Okay. Taller than whoever was here.
really good fundamentals point of view. Very impressive on your basics that you have, your tonality, your ability to listen to each other and blend and play intonation sound. It's strong, very strong. So technically, really thumbs up on you guys. Well done. Let's talk music. Okay? There's a lot we can do, and you know, that's true for any band. There is no band out there that thrives. You know, we have it all. There's always something the band can do to be better. And it's just like there's always something we can do as directors. And we will. Till the day I die, then I'll stop. Hopefully not soon. All right, let's take a look at, let's see, oh yeah. Let's start with that. Staccato. Let's talk about staccato. Someone define what staccato means. Anyone? Yes?
Short and separate.
Short and separate. How short? Anyone want to help them? How short? Define short, yes.
Like, good tone, but like, it's like you're putting something in the kid, like you don't hold it into like,
Okay. That's helping, but it still doesn't give us a value that we work with it. Yes, sir?
Half the normal note length.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. Can we all agree to that? Staccato being half. So that means that if it's a staccato quarter note, it's a long what, really? Eighth note. Yeah, all right. Let's try playing staccatos that way. And we look then at, I think it starts at about 17 is a good spot, yeah. No, we're going to start before that. Let's start at 2 before 17. So what did we say staccato is? Half value, long half value too, right? Here we go, and 1, and 2, and... That's a little bit too short. You're going to think, that's more value to what you're using, okay? Right there at 17. Okay, ready, and... So stop thinking short, okay? That's the first thing, and that'll make a lot of adjustments that will help out. Let's take a look at, oh yeah, from the beginning. There is some things that are alluded to in the music right away. Let me hear the bassoon, bass, clarinet, tenor sax, bass sax, French horn, baritone, beginning. Center, 1. That 3 does connect to 1 more. Whereas melodically, it doesn't have that as clear. It's really in that background figure that defines it. So I want you now, melody-wise, put that in the back of your head that in this slower section, 3 really wants to connect to 1 quite often. Okay? Let's try it now. From the top, everyone. So if you think of it, anytime you got a 3 that connects to 1, make it connect that 1. Okay? Thank you. Here it goes. Top. you're not. And in time, of course, you would figure it all out. So we don't expect an immediate result. But I really, sorry. I really appreciate that you are giving it thought now. You're really putting the process together, thinking that, how does that 3 work all the time? And obviously, with enough time, we would definitely figure out. But you want to be aware of more things like that. Whenever there's a line, don't focus just on the melodic line, focus on everything. Because if you put it in a perspective that I think we can all appreciate, even though we have a melodic line that is the focus, right? The reality is everything else is intricately involved in the picture. Think of it like a movie screen, right? If the director does the job right, you have a focus on whatever character they want you to focus in on, right? But there's a whole bunch of other stuff in the background. You watch that movie about 25 times, so you start realizing, oh yeah, I didn't realize there's that person there. Think of all those Easter eggs, right? I didn't see that before. Or the hidden Mickey, or whatever. You just have to be aware that the focus is defined, yes, by the melody, but everything else is important. You need to be aware what your role is. Am I the focus, or am I the support of the focus? Am I the peripheral in the picture up on the screen, or I am the primary thing that they're looking at? Okay? And everything interplays. You got to have full aware of that all the time. So listening to the music is essential for you. Now percussion, I'm not leaving you out on this one because as it goes to you, you have a bigger burden upon yourself. Your musical contribution, a lot of people diminish and say, oh, it's just percussion. But the reality is you guys have so much coloration, and most people don't realize this, that your coloration is that entire background figure. On occasion, you get lucky and you get melody, maybe the malice, right? Yeah, there you go. But it is mostly that coloration. And you can only know how your role plays in the big picture if you are aware of what's going on here. Some of the best band directors I've ever known are actually percussionists, but really, really good percussionists. Percussionists who understood their connection with the winds. They understood all the nuances. One of the best directors I know as a conductor, his name is Larry Curtis. And that gentleman is a percussionist. Great percussionist, though. But he can make a band sound better than any band I ever heard. So take to heart that percussion. You have a big role to play. Don't let anybody diminish you. Oh, you just percussion. Hey, you just tell that a lot more than that, buddy. Okay? All right. Thank you. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Look at my notes. Can we go to? Well, a good one to start with this. Can we go to 41, please? 41. And what I've been looking at is the piano. I was not convinced that that's a piano when you got to it at measure 45. So convince me that this is a real piano, okay? Here we go. Because the pianist, well, that didn't work at all later on. There it goes. Set and 1. Ready. I think in my mind, the hardest dynamics to play are pianos and pianists. Fortes, man, not a problem. The only thing you have to worry about is maybe losing control. But a good soft pianismo, that takes a lot of muscle, a lot of strength. That was a good effort on your part. How did that sound to you, the audience? You like that piano? These guys can play, yeah. They definitely can play. You should be knowing what it is you want to say. Right? Get a clear picture of that. How many of you guys have ever done this? When you look at a particular section, I'll give you an example of this. We've gone through this music enough right now. The introduction, take a look at that. how would you describe it? If you had to put it in a one-word adjective, what would you say? Yes? Calm, okay. Do you do that type of thing on a regular basis with all your music? Hopefully, all of you will after today. Because the benefit of it is so much better. You will communicate coherently because you all agree of what you're saying versus, I don't know, I'll just play this because it's a good note. And like I said, you play some great notes. Really, really great notes. The great notes don't wow people. They don't connect with people. They don't make people cry or smile just because they want to smile. You've got to connect emotionally with them, okay? Make sure that you're communicating, because remember, your notes are the musical words. And you can't just be monotone speaking, right? You have to have emotion behind it. So, challenge yourself. On your music, start talking over sections, and within your section, challenge yourself to come up with adjectives. Okay, for this section, what are we going to say? And then by the time you get the 3 adjectives, great. Write them on top of the music in that section, great. That's how we're going to say it. And you're going to find that you all will now have better articulation, because you're going to want to say it the same way. Yes? So really make that a challenge in your music. Challenge yourself to, this is the emotion in your music. Okay? All right. I have totally gone overboard in time, sorry. But it was worth it. So don't get mad at me too bad. Put your music back in the folder, please. Close the folders, pass the folders out as quickly as you can. This way I get back to my traces with everybody else. Grab your music, don't leave it around. Mr. Roman's has a way of selling that music on eBay. Once I get all our music, I'll turn you back over to your director. Ladies and gentlemen, you are a blast to work with. I have a great time working with you. Thank you so much. I will be very good.
SDA is on stage right now, so if you guys pack up really quickly, you can probably catch their second song, which might be something you recognize. I can hear the blue shades. So you might want to go. You can see that. Percussion, if you guys could leave everything in the cases and I'll load my car, no worries about that. Easy breezy. No, because I want to go listen to blue shades. So, congratulations. Be really stealthy in the storage room, yes?